In Udhampur, it's being organized to celebrate the Diamond Jubilee of the headquarters of Air Force Air Officer, commanding Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh. Major Mohammad Ali Shah still with us on the broadcast. Major Shah, the Indian Air Force once again demonstrating its ability, and this is the first of its kind show that's being organized in Udhampur. And we've seen in the crowds there are lots of excited and happy faces. Of course, they're so proud to see all of our might in the air on display.
Absolutely, Devika. On the 8th of October, we celebrated the Air Force Day and we saw a grand air show at Chandigarh. In fact, we saw at the Sukna Lake, there were tickets being given and there were like people who were barging in, who were coming from all over, who were swarming the air show. Because our air show is something grand, and right now when we see this air show at Udhampur, where it's no secret but our Northern Command is based over there, and the air show from Udhampur, the Northern Command, firstly it gives a loud and clear message to adversaries, since it's Udhampur, to Pakistan and China as well. Look at our might, and it gives a good message to our Indians that see, this is what our capabilities are. Our air force is there. In fact, let me tell you, in 1971 as well, Devika, a war with India and Pakistan in which my father also participated, and they were in a place called Longewala. I'm sure many of our viewers would have seen this film Border, where Sain Deol and had acted in that. In that film, Longewala is depicted. There, the 120 brave men of the Punjab battalion, they were stuck when the Air Force, we had the Hunter aircraft that time, the Hunter fighter pilot aircraft, the Hunter fighter pilot aircraft, they could not take off at night because they could not take off in the dark. So when the first light of the day, they took off from the Air Force base and they bombarded the enemy tanks. Their entire armored brigade was destroyed. The enemy tried running away, but no, they had no choice. They were destroyed, and that was a victory of the army and the Air Force combined. It was so the Air Force plays a large role. And one more small message I would like to give from my end to our countrymen is, as Indians, most of us will accept we lack discipline. We lack the sense of timing. Here in the Air Force, when we see the coordination and synchronization of the jets, of the aircraft in the air, imagine the kind of precision, the kind of synchronization, the coordination they would require. One split-second mistake, split-second in midair, they can be disaster to meet. So it's a lesson which we all should learn, the importance of a millisecond, which is not just $1 million second, but the second of a time. So yes, Devika, it speaks a lot of our Indian Air Force.
Absolutely. Major Shah, thank you so much, Wing Commander Bakshi and Major Shah, for joining us on the broadcast and educating our viewers on what's happening in Udhampur.